Welcome to the Excite phase. You are here in the customer value journey. Now, the Excite phase is not just about content anymore. It's about having a plan for it. Because if you're going to get people excited, you've already got their attention. It's time to wow them. Now, to wow them, you better have a plan because it can't be sporadic content. It can't be sporadic conversations. The content plan is so important. Now, LinkedIn put together a content plan that I love. It's a grid. Now, you're going to have something very similar at your disposal. So you'll find that somewhere here in this Learning Resource Center. But I'll tell you right now, this is going to look overwhelming, but it won't be. It's going to be your plan on how you engage this platform. So this is an example of a content plan. It's one that I personally use. It's not the one we personally use every single day on the LinkedIn business side. And just a caveat here, I understand that I am speaking 100% about your personal profile. And as you'll see here, there'll be LinkedIn for your company page, and then there are also showcase pages. I haven't gone into details there because the strategy doesn't change. The strategy is the same. In fact, the people who are winning on the B2B space are treating it way more B2C because they understand that when they're reaching out to businesses, you're reaching out from your profile and you're connecting with another person's profile. So I wanted to make sure that we started there, and this is totally applicable for your business strategies as well when you use these types of principles and these methodologies. So as you can see, we have an amazing grid here. Now I want to point out some key components. On the top, you can see that here are the opportunities. These are the various parts of LinkedIn that you need to understand and you need to have a plan for. One is your LinkedIn company and showcase page. So that is an option for you. Having a business page on LinkedIn is really great. You can take control of that. That's your business voice. The next one is LinkedIn SlideShare. SlideShare is actually you going in and taking presentations that you can send to other people, and you can track their activity and see who engages with it throughout the organization if they're on LinkedIn, which is super valuable, especially for you sales folks out there. Publishing on LinkedIn, that's going to be literally putting out things into the content feed. That's also going to be writing articles on the platform. Then down here, it says LinkedIn sponsored updates and direct sponsored content. So for everyone out there on the marketing side and the paid side, you can actually boost content. You can send out in-mail messages in a slow drip format. You can actually take advantage of a lot of different marketing tools to engage with people, advertising, etc. That all is on this platform. LinkedIn groups, that's really important because you should have a group strategy. One, you either run one or you're a part of them, and you should be engaged in those and understand how much time that takes and have a plan for it. Now, we don't have to get into every single one of these, but I do want to use one of them as an example. And as you see across the top, that's the opportunity. Then you have what to share, objectives. So what are you trying to do? The key metrics to know what you've done on there is actually being impactful or that you can make adjustments. And finally, it's action items. What's the next step? What do I need to do here? And then here's a really important one that I think is great for everyone to pay attention to. Next to the opportunity, you are going to see a little bubble that tells you how many and how much time you are going to be spending in each one of these sections. So for LinkedIn company and showcase pages, you can see that there's an hour daily activity in there. That's important because as you scroll down, you see it's an hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, possibly 20 minutes, etc. You can actually adjust that to whatever you feel is appropriate for that specific opportunity. So if we say that, man, publishing on LinkedIn, which is where I'm going to use as an example, that's an hour of my weekly activity. Now, for me personally, it only takes an hour. It's me posting on there. I usually post once a day. That's 5 times a week. And I have a lot of impact on my posts. So I literally takes me about an hour to curate and launch all of those pieces of content. If you look in here on what to share, professional expertise and experiences, industry trends, lessons learned. That has been an amazing way for me to create my content when I know exactly what type of content I'm going to create. Now, here's the objective. Thought leadership. I want to be seen as an expert within our industry and especially within any vertical that I feel like I touch as a professional. The next one is the key metrics. Like, how am I actually looking at this? Well, post views, right? Post likes, comments, shares, and profile views. All of those are indications that my content is reaching the right people. And then I can look at who it's reaching and see, like, do these people actually line up with who I want to reach on the platform? And finally, over here in the action items, that's just for me, publish whenever you feel passionate. So for me, I don't have to stick to this. If I have something that comes up in my day-to-day, just like you do, something that just maybe, got your heart pumping a little bit, like, you can absolutely do an impromptu post, and that should be in the action items. Don't forget to post, Marcus, when something cool happens, right? Next one is recommended and bi-weekly or once a month. So I'm sitting around going, wow, what's the bigger piece of content I'm doing once a month? What's the big video kind of shoot that I can do maybe once a quarter or bi-monthly, right? What is that thing, that kind of cornerstone piece of content that I can put out there that is less about my daily publishing on LinkedIn? So that's just one example. And you can go all the way down through every single opportunity on LinkedIn. And as you see on your sheet, you can fill that in. That is your opportunity to use this grid and go right through like I did, right? Go through what to share, your objectives, what key metrics are you measuring, and what is the kind of action item next step for you to really use this. And I'll tell you, when you have a plan, you are very dangerous about your content and more intentional, so that you know that you're putting out content on a regular basis and you're exciting all of those people that have absolutely congregated to follow what you're doing. So what a valuable tool, and planning always makes a massive impact.